Greetings,
RC Model Geeks.
And here we are in the shed. Phil's got a dripping nose.
I
Yes.
just cycled here on my bicycle.
Oh, that's what it is, mate. It's all your fluids leaking out then. So it's a Saturday morning. It's Pete's Problem Planes
Continues.
continues, and here it is. This is not what Pete thinks it is. This is made by Seagull. It's a Seagull something or other, I believe. A Seagull trainer of some description. Fairly big. I mean, it's not fairly big wing. It's sort of in the 60s, that wingspan, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 foot at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big old plane. Now, as you can see, we've had a bit of a rearrangement in the shed. We've got a shelf up there now, and I need to stand further back to fit it all in. But yes, this was in anticipation of Pete bringing this over, because it only just fits on the bench. Now, this bench is 68 inches long, and you know, it pretty much fills it up. But now the real reason why we've had a bit of a shift around is to make space for something I want to get, which is, I might have mentioned before, is a lathe. Exactly. So yeah, we need to start sort of making space somewhere else. I know where's up that end. So to do that, we need more shelving and stuff like that. So we've had a bit of a move around. We've only started, Pete. Only just started, mate. No need to look at the rest.
I was going to say.
Yes.
What the camera can't see.
When he started yesterday.
We worked hard on that.
Yeah, we did, didn't you, Phil?
And you.
Yeah, well,
And Colin.
Phil did all this. Did you put all the lip on there, didn't you, mate? Screwed it all in. Made the
bracket
screwdriver holder. Phil made the screwdriver holder there.
Bracket up there.
Bracket's good.
Yeah. There was a lot of
Screwed
swearing that went on, wasn't there,
Screw
Phil?
that in there. Screw this thing up.
Yeah. You did a lot of swearing, didn't you, mate?
I did a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was quite surprised you knew those words.
Well, there you are.
Right. So
Can't be nearly 82 years old and not know a few words.
it was exactly. So the Seagull trainer. No, it's not a Seagull. Yeah, it's a Seagull trainer. That's what we worked out of some description. Now this runs on 5S according to the scribble
5S.
that's written on there. Now it's got a Hobby King G60 in this, which I say is flip it over. I say is well overpowered for this plane.
A 3S would do that.
What?
I reckon a 3S would fly this.
Really?
Have you seen this motor?
No?
Look at the size of that boy.
Oh, it's big. Yeah. 4S then.
It might work on 4S. It's quite a low kV motor, but I mean, for this plane, what I found with the Hobby King motors, where they've called them matched motors, where they do like a G40, a G60, a G110, and all that stuff. It's meant to be the equivalent to a gas motor, and that's meant to be the equivalent to a 60. And my past experience says that they're actually more powerful than that.
Is that a 15-inch propeller?
It might even be a 16,
Really?
Phil. It's quite big.
Big prop.
I can't actually see it. It's too dark up this here. We need some lights in here.
Let's have a little look. It is
15.
15. A 15.
It's a 15-inch prop on there. I mean, you know, it is a big plane, but you know, this would have probably flown on a 40 quite happily back in the day. So it's well overpowered. Anyway, so
How old is that?
I don't know. 90s, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so let's have a look inside, shall we? Now you might notice that the servo bay is not exactly parallel. It's leaning right over, and that's intentional. Well, it is now.
Oh, why is that then?
Yeah, well, exactly. So, yeah, we're going to leave that because there's no point trying to straighten all that shit out. It's probably to get the push rod runs fairly straight for the rudder and the elevator. It's sort of been converted, I believe, to be bolted on wing. It's got holes in here for rubber bands. But it's also got this notch in here for holding the wing down at the front, and also bolts there, so you can pretty much go either way with it, but that doesn't look factory. So yes, I thought the last plane you brought over, Pete, was pretty bad, but
This will be the last
one,
real dodgy.
this one looks rough. But, I mean, I don't think there's that much wrong with it. Yeah, it just looks rough. So
It's had a good life.
it's had a good life, yeah. So what we're going to do first of all, we've got to bind a receiver to it and see how that all works. We're going to have a look at the motor. I was rotating the motor and it's making a rubbing sound. So there's something not right with that motor. So we need to look at that. Another motor look at issue. Apart from that, the aileron. Grab the wing.
Oh,
The aileron. There's a problem with one of the ailerons. Remember which one it was? It was this one, wasn't it? Loads of free play, and it's not. I mean, there is a little bit of movement in the horn there, because the holes in the servo arm are oversized, but most of that free play. It must be worn in there, where it's got a torque rod that runs along and sticks out like that. So there must be a worn hole in here, which is making that flap around.
it's not on this side then.
No, that side's not so bad.
That's just
That's just free play in the linkages.
That's hinged.
It's got metal hinges in there. Well, at least one metal hinge anyway. I've seen one. So we'll probably have to pull the ailerons off and sort that out. And that's it really. I mean, nothing major. I mean, there's nothing to stop it flying. But, you know, it's all a bit sloppy, isn't it? So, right, we're going to have a play around and come back to you. Right, okay, we've been playing around with this this baby for a bit. We found that the bell housing of the motor was actually rubbing on the wood inside there, so we took the motor out and Pete sanded away some of the wood, and it doesn't rub anymore, so that's all good. Sorted out the push rods and just got the servos straight down in there, and that all works. And then it comes to the wing. Now, the aileron, the torque rod is shagged. If you look here, you know what we need? We need a PPS, mate. That's what we need. Where is it? I put it somewhere really safe, so we're never going to find it.
We'll have to use a finger.
We'll have to, or we can use a stirring stick. Here we go. So, if you look right here, you can see that the end of the torque rod is actually pushing through the aileron. Yeah, and that's where it's loose. And there's loads of free play in the aileron. There's free play all over this, but you know, that's the worst bit there. Now it's hinged in there really well. They're quite nice hinges in there. So I don't really want to try and yank them out. Completely agree. So what I propose is that we put a slot in here where that torque rod is, so we can get to it, and fill the whole lot with epoxy, and Bob's your uncle. That is my bodge for fixing it. Yeah, we just cut a slot here like that to you know, into the where the hole is. Fill it with epoxy, and it's done. You're very quiet, Pete.
No, I agree. And then just
And the rest of it,
change the arm there.
Well,
and
if I've got an arm that will fit that,
I might have one.
They're Futaba ones, aren't they? If I've got, because there's a bit of free play. You can see there's some backwards and forwards movement there because the holes are too big in the servo arms. But yeah, the worst part of it is that there. So I'm gonna cut that away there, fill it with epoxy, stick it back together again.
Do you want to hear my engine now? I've sanded it.
Oh yes, go on then.
Seeing we got no prop on.
Go on. Yeah, that's much better.
So it's definitely hitting in there.
Yeah, that sounds much better. That. So yeah, I think we'll bodge the aileron and then come back to you. There's not much wrong with this really. It's going to fly. You know, it's
Needs a clean bit of cellulose.
Yeah, but you know, it's basically sound anyway. You know, the stuff does what it's meant to, which is the main thing. Back soon. Right, so satisfactorily repaired the aileron. No free play now where that torque rod went in. Yeah, so that's all good. This one's not too bad. I mean, that's just, you know, is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of play in there. You know, it's only a trainer, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. I call this plane pretty much done. Nothing major wrong with it really, even though it looks like an eyesore. So on to the next one. Right, here we are. We have a Sky Surfer. It's brand new, isn't it, Pete?
It has never been flown.
Where did you buy this, Pete?
I'm not sure.
You didn't buy it off somebody, did you?
I might have done.
Yeah, well, okay, it's got a problem. Aileron's shagged.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, it's not plugged in again.
Let's
It's unplugged enough. Oh, there.
just in case.
So let's look at the aileron. There you go. Another knackered servo in the wing. So that's got to be sorted out. Those cheap Chinese servos are awful. Yeah, I mean, that's the major thing. We broke the prop, didn't we? Just dicking around with it, didn't I?
I don't think it was as much as we broke the prop.
I had to correct myself. It was a royal we.
We might be able to stick that bit on.
Yeah. So it's got another prop on there. Yeah, I mean, that's the only real thing. Oh, and also the wire's a bit bendy, isn't it, on the rudder?
Exactly, needs
Securing a bit closer to the end because it's got the old flexible rudder wire there, as you can see. So we've got to sort that out. So, that's about it so far. But just having a quick look at it, I don't think Pete's flexed the hinges, so probably the servos are under a little bit of load anyway. Probably why that one broke. But yeah, that one is shagged. There you go. Play a tune on that, mate.
You could. Wasn't even touching it.
So yeah, we've got to sort that out. So back soon when we've ripped it all apart, I suppose. Right. So we replaced the servo here, and to make it easy, because this is all stuck together, I just unsoldered the servo and soldered a new one in.
Piece of cake, that one.
Yeah, piece of cake. That.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. It took minutes.
Minutes, yeah.
Yeah. And what else have we done? So that all works nice. Then we tweaked down at the back here. I've used a method I think I've shown before, which involves using a cable tie as an anchor. Don't know how well you can see that, but that works really well. Basically, the end of the cable tie is just pushed into the foam, and then I've epoxied it in. They make really nice anchors like that, and we've done the same on the rudder. Yeah, so we secured it here, right at the end to stop it flexing, and halfway up I've done one which acts as a sort of a guide. Yeah, and that stops that long run from flexing, but still allows it to move. I'll see if we can get a better view on that. Yeah, so that's quite a neat little trick. It's saved me a couple of times on stuff that's got long runs. So yeah, I mean that was it really, wasn't it, Pete? There wasn't a lot wrong with this apart from that.
No.
We can't decide whether you built this yourself or not, can we?
I think I've had the motor out because there's 2 screws in there.
Yeah.
One you can get to, the other needed a hole.
Yeah.
But I think I did that to do something with the wires. But I've got my little air holes.
Oh yeah, it's got air holes. Look like guns on it actually.
Just to give a bit more air going in.
Yeah, and the wing. I noticed the wings are stuck on.
Yeah.
I know.
Portability.
Oh right, okay. And that's it really. I mean, it's a nice little plane. I mean, basically, it's a Bixler, isn't it? But you know, the only thing it doesn't have, of course, is the flaps. Yeah, no flaps in the wings. But apart from that, it looks exactly like a Bixler.
Yeah.
I'm sure it flies exactly the same as a Bixler.
Look, it's got no air holes at all.
No, it doesn't really need them. I mean, it's a powered glider, this, you know. It doesn't pull a billion amps, does it? I mean, you know. Yeah, so bloody hell, I mean...
2 today.
A bit of a fail, really, today. You know, nothing really major.
There's the one we did earlier.
Yeah,
you've seen.
She's out there still. So nothing serious to report, was there, Pete?
Well, hopefully now we get to the stage where the next ones will even be less. Well,
yes, that's true.
But we shall see.
You're going to have to fly some of these, Pete, you know?
Well, then we'd definitely be back at it.
Yeah, what is it, May? May, they're kicking you out.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, wow. Awesome. So that's it. So like, comment and subscribe, and see you all in the next video.
Thanks most kind of.
Whenever that is. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll show you. No, I still haven't done a video on it yet, but on the Pete and Paul Air Camper, there is my modification. I'll put it down on the bench, otherwise it won't focus. There's my modification for the mounting. I've got rid of the wooden blocks that were glued onto this metal cabane, and I've used riv nuts. So those are M3 riv nuts riveted through the aluminium, which is much better than those horrible stuck-on things, and they won't fall off. So yeah, there you go. That's it. See you all in the next one, whenever that is.
Cheers all.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Captain Rob's RC Model Geeks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. If you want to see more of the same type of videos, don't forget you can subscribe. If you want to support us, you can use PayPal, paypal.me/RC Model Geeks. If you want to contact us, you can email us rcmodelgeeks@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.